Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika Zen. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Love After Lockup. Okay. Wedding Rings and Secret Things, Season 4, Episode 40. Child, I could have had a V8, alright? This was supposed to be the season finale at that, and I didn't even know. And it wasn't giving not a damn thing, in my opinion, okay? So, we had Aries and Cameron, child. You know, she waking up talking about she been up an hour and he ain't moved a damn inch. He's snoring like a bear. This is her last hour here and he ain't paying her no damn mind. Then he hurries up and comes out just in time to tell her, you know, we gonna hurry up and get you to this airport so I can say goodbye. You know, Travis and damn Ashley over here talking about some, you know, we finally moving in mama house and oh, by the way, my period is late a whole 3 damn weeks. We need to do a pregnancy test. You know, the last people on the earth that needed a damn baby was Travis and Ashley, so I'm glad that didn't happen. We have to be, you know what I'm saying, thankful for the small things. In the meantime, Nathan and Skylar over here picking pumpkins, talking about going to this damn Halloween party where he's going to be Frankenstein and she going to be Bride of Frankenstein, and they standing in front of graves talking about that could have been us. You know, he want to propose but then goes against it, and thank God for that too, baby, because it didn't need to happen. Justine and Michael are telling everybody about this new pregnancy, this new baby that's going to be arriving, and the kids' faces was looking like mine looked through this whole damn episode, child. They looked like they wanted a damn V8 too, okay? They was not happy about no little brother or sister. They said no, boo, all right? And then mama, Michael's mother, get cute, all right, and trying to throw a little shade, talking about she won a paternity test, and Michael had to ask her, who the hell you think you are, Jerry Springer or Maury, girl? Now, Monique and Zeric, I tried to freaking root for y'all. I really, really did, honey. But Monique, baby, girl, love yourself a little bit more, child, okay? Because the foolishness that comes with Zeric dealing with his family, they falling all over the freaking ground, talking about she ran them over with a car. They want to freaking fight. They want to come late and act a damn fool after he was trying to give them a chance. Then we have a fight between Monique and Zeric, and we find out he out here cheating. Not that anybody is surprised, honey. I think we would have been more surprised if he wasn't. And Monique, you talking about you over it and you respect yourself and you ain't gonna go for disrespect, but baby, you look like you going for it to me. Let's go ahead and get into this episode and take it to the top, y'all. So, I'm going to get the easy people out the way. Let me just put that out there because some people I really didn't care and it wasn't much happening in my opinion. And I also need y'all to put it in the comments and let me know what some of the follow-ups was at the end because, baby, I don't know what was going on with my TV and if yours was the same way, but I wasn't seeing none of the damn words, okay? I was only seeing the top part of the letters on my screen. I think the only one that I actually got to see what their final thing was Ashley and Travis, child. Okay, the rest of them I did not see. So if y'all could put it in the comments and let me know what they said, I would really greatly appreciate it. But we gonna start with Aries and Cameron. Like I said, she over here getting ready. You know, she pissed off saying how she been up for this hour already getting herself together, and he's over here snoring like a damn bear. She cannot believe that this is how she's spending her last hour, how he want to behave. I don't know why the hell she be acting like she damn shocked, because none of us are, okay? But she's getting herself together, and then she's telling him like, yo, I'm about to leave, and he's basically turning over and looking the other way and still trying to go back to sleep. You know, she says that this is just not what, you know, she thought her marriage was. She just wasn't expecting this. She's just in a complete and total utter shock, okay? And so, you know, she's steadily trying to get him up. He damn sleeping with a freaking sneaker up by his freaking head. She was like, you know, he hasn't budged. And I'm getting ready to be out of here. And this is freaking ridiculous right now. And so when she's telling him that she's getting ready to leave, like I said, homeboy turned the other damn way around and was like, good night, sleep type. I ain't ready to get up. It's too damn early for me. You know, try waking me up later. And she was like, first of all, it's damn, you know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't know how much later you need. And of course, she is still mad that he threw the damn ring at her. She's saying that that is a total disrespect, which I have to agree with her. Wait, it is, right? And so she was like, man, I'm getting the hell up out of here, whatever, right? And so she's literally telling him it's my last day here. And he's just like, I don't give a damn, right? So she was like, I don't have time for this. And she goes out the door. So now once she goes out the door, he started getting himself up and getting himself together. And he's like, yo, I don't even freaking know how the hell I got home. Okay, how I got back to this hotel. I don't remember nothing. Everything about yesterday is definitely a damn blur. Okay, so if y'all could fill me in, thank you very much, because I have no idea. Okay. And, he's like, yo, where the hell did I put my ring at? And he's starting to look around. And he said, last night she was testing him and he didn't like the way she was talking to him. And he had ended up laying on the couch. And, he was like, I can't really say that, if she had any valid points at all, because I wasn't really listening. All right. At least he kept it real. He talking about the whole time she was talking, he was dreaming. And, he knows that he did some crazy stuff because he was really, really drunk or whatever, right? And it basically sound like Charlie Brown when they be like, ma, 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 ma. Okay, he didn't hear a damn thing. So he also says he didn't feel like he did anything wrong. Of course you didn't, okay? Surprise, surprise to that. And so he was like, it's not like I'm cheating or anything. So when he picks up the phone, he's just like, call my wife. And when she answers, he asking her where she at. And she says she downstairs getting something to eat. And he basically was like, oh, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? She was like, how can I help you? And he said, can you bring me a burger and fries? And she was like, well, you won't be getting that today. So he was like, I'm on my way down there. So, of course, now he goes down, or he's on his way down, and we seeing her sitting down there. And she's just basically like, I'm so disappointed. This is definitely not how I expected things to go, and me to, spend my last morning here before I'm getting up out of here, whatever. It was very disrespectful. It was very insensitive. I mean, him just throwing the ring at me like that. And, of course, we going to keep talking about that, and she going to keep being shocked and appalled. Everything she worked on the last 2 years and so on and so forth. So she was like, how am I supposed to leave and trust him for the next 60 days? So he gets down there. He asking her, do she got his ring? And she's like, yeah, didn't you throw it at me last night? And he was like, look, I don't remember last night. It's definitely, you know what I'm saying, just like a blur in my damn head. So she's basically like, when are you gonna cut out this damn behavior? They giving each other the stare off, and he's still saying, so you got my ring? And then she shows him that it was on, it's on her finger, and he's saying I was sick, and she's like, no, what you was pissy drunk. And he said, did we have sex last night? And she's like, no. And he was like, oh. And then she asking him, how old are you? You threw your ring at me. And so again, of course, he was like, but why did I do that? She was like, shit, I want to know the same thing. Okay, your damn guess is as good as mine. And so he's saying, he's been in prison for 30 plus months. And when him drinking liquor, it affects him differently. He didn't know how he was going to react. His tolerance is not the same. She said, yeah, but when you got out, the damn went back in because you was repeating the damn cycle and drinking again. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, well, I didn't repeat the cycle because I didn't go back to jail. I didn't put my hands on anybody. So he still really don't get it, okay? Or he want to act like he don't get it. And he was like, I made it home. So, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you could have went with me, but you decided not to go. And you could have monitored my drinking. So she was like, no, I shouldn't have to monitor your drinking. Which she shouldn't. She have a point there. So he was like, well, I don't like being intimidated, and I don't like feeling like I'm in, jail, and I got to report to nobody, and I don't see a problem with me drinking. I had a couple drinks and I blacked out. Yeah, that's the problem right there, Cameron. But, she telling him he should have a limit, and he should know when he is freaking had enough, all right, as an adult. I agree. And so basically he was like, well, just 2 days ago, you was all good, and it was like a Hallmark card, and now you questioning our marriage, you know what I'm saying? So is this what it's going to be like going forward? And you're the only one that I invested this time in with, and boo-hoo-hoo. And so basically, he just keeps asking her, like, can he get the ring back or not? Is she going to give him the ring back? What's supposed to happen now? When she was asking him what's supposed to happen once he goes to his friend's house. And he was like, I'm going to be on point. I'm going to do what I got to do. Not only so that I can make sure I don't mess up nothing with you, but also so that I don't mess up nothing with myself. And I could be able to get out there, you know what I'm saying, with you to Florida. And we could go on and be able to have, you know what I'm saying, a good life. So he's like, are you giving me the ring back or not? Of course, eventually, excuse me, she gives in and she does. And he's like, let's go ahead and get out of here because we want to make sure that we get you to the airport on time and you go ahead and be able to make this, flight. So she's saying that she's going to have her guard up, A little bit, child. Just a touch, okay? Until he gets to Florida and figuring out what the hell is gonna happen between them. I say, girl, okay, whatever, Aries. I honestly don't care about them. So moving on from there, we get Ashley and Travis. You know, they are officially moving in his mama house. They taking the stuff out the car. Of course, mama's coming out to greet them. She's happy that they are back, giving him a hug. And, you know, Ashley just looking over it. She don't look like she want to damn be there. She can't even pretend like she want to be there. But it is what it is. They have to do it at this point. And so she's taking all the stuff out the car and saying to his mother, like, we just want to go ahead and get, you know, our stuff in the house and get settled or whatever, right? And then mama stops him and wants to apologize, like, yo, I really felt bad about what I was saying to you. You know, I was thinking about it all day and it bothered me. And I'm like, saying for what? You did not say anything wrong. The advice you gave was good sound advice that anybody would give for a situation like that. So I was very confused as to what the hell mama thought she needs to apologize for. Okay, I really was, because I agree with her when she first was talking. And so then, you know, he's hugging her and he's telling her that it's okay and all of that. And she comes downstairs to where Ashley is. And Ashley talking about something, well, I really want to know, why would you tell your 40-something-year-old son something about his life? Like, you know what I'm saying? He can't make his own decisions, and what the big change was and how you feel about, you know what I'm saying, me and all of this. And his mom basically was like, no, you got it wrong. She was like, I felt really bad about that and I wanted to come in here and apologize to you. You know, it's just that I really care. But of course, I love y'all and I want the best for y'all. And I'm happy to have y'all here. And I would love it if y'all would get married tomorrow. I said, lies, 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 mama. But okay, you know, you trying to make the peace or whatever the case may be, right? And so basically, you know, they got ahead to get ready to hug, and he comes down like, is everything okay? And they like, yeah, we good. And so basically mama ends up saying to like the camera people, yeah, she's the princess or whatever, and we gonna go ahead and let her rock, but never get it twisted, okay? She and I both know that I am the queen and I'm the boss and I'm the only one in charge. I said, all right now, mama, okay, I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying, little looks or whatever. I see what you doing there. So basically, you know, the next thing you know, we seeing her talking about how her period is late. And he was like, how late? She was like, 3 weeks. He's like, 3 weeks. He was like, well, does it sometime come late because you're stressed and you got, you know what I'm saying, things going on? And she's like, I don't know. This has never happened before. And so basically she says she went ahead and got a pregnancy test because she was like, you know, she really didn't want to say nothing until she really kind of like getting concerned now. So he's basically like, yo, you know, that's the last thing we need. We not in the position for that. He was like, yo, would I have to get out here and be stealing and robbing and doing things to try to provide for a daggone child? And she was like, you know, of course there's never an ideal time or a best child, you know, a best time, I should say, to have a child, right? And most times it's not planned or whatever. So he was like, yes, it's not a best time, okay, but it is a damn worst time, which right now actually would be. And so, you know, he's like, we don't have a place for a kid. And she's like, well, we are in a place. It's not like we just out on the street. And he's like, yeah, but I would want us to have our own place, our own money, be able to stand on our own 2 feet and do what we got to do, you know what I'm saying, for ourselves, which I agree with him with, you know. And so, you know, at the end of the day, they go in the bathroom to take the test. She telling him to open it up. She's super nervous. He's super nervous. At one point, he's back out, you know, waiting, and he's knocking at the door, and she tells him it's like 40 seconds more, whatever, and they still just, you know, talking about how they're not married, they don't have no money, they don't have the stability and all of that different kind of stuff, right? And so they wouldn't mind it happening one day, but they definitely would not want it to happen now. And, you know, they're waiting and all of that. And so thank God, like I said, the test is damn negative. We are not having a freaking baby child because we definitely don't need it. But basically, he says when the day comes, you know, that he'll be there for her and they'll be able to work it out and do what they got to do. And they still waiting to have this beautiful wedding, to have this life together, to be able to build together and all of that. Now, I did see, like I said, their update was one of the only updates I was able to see clearly. And it said something about that they, Ashley moved out, okay? They broke up. She was enjoying her damn freedom as a single woman now. And he was still staying there with his mama. And that's what they should have did from the beginning. Ashley should have never been with him. Ashley was being full of damn crap. And I actually wish them, you know, Travis the best. We'll see how he make out there with mama and if he's able to get on his own 2 feet on his own. I think that worked out exactly the way it was supposed to work out, because there wasn't no damn way in the world that, you know, he was going to be able to keep staying there with Ashley crying every damn minute, child. And the baby was the last thing that they needed, so I'm glad that that did not even come into freaking play. Now, getting to Nathan and Skylar, this going to be another quick one. They over here picking up damn pumpkins, child, okay? And, you know, she's saying how she like to pick the ugly one. She don't want nothing that's cute and perfect. She want to be the oddball. And, you know, they saying how they want to go on this haunted trail. And it should be only the people that's close to them. And it should be a casual type of event and all of this and that. And so basically, of course, Nathan is like, I think this might be the right time to propose to her. I may want to go ahead and propose. And he's saying that he's going to have his brother there. And she's like, well, what's, you know what I'm saying, your brother's story? And he was like, he's basically out of jail too, just like us. You know, he's clean. He's doing what he got to do. He got a job. And she's like, well, I've heard stories about him and his brother, you know, back in the days or whatever. So I'm a little skeptical with that. I want us to be very careful of who we letting around us, you know, who energy we got around us and all of that different kind of stuff, which makes complete sense. Okay, I can agree with them there. And so he starts asking her what she gonna be for Halloween, and she was saying a pumpkin, and then he was saying that he wanted to be Frankenstein, and she like, really, Frankenstein? And so he's basically like, yeah, and you could be my bride of Frankenstein. So she like, oh, okay. Now there was a part where he started to tell us how, you know, he only ever celebrated Halloween in jail, so he's happy to be out and to be able to celebrate it as a free man. And they used to be leaving the damn candies on the pillows in jail, but you ain't want to take them damn candies and eat it, honey, because it comes with sexual favors. I said TMI, okay? TMI, Nathan. But anyway, you know, when they get to this party or whatever the case may be, they're all dressed up and they're walking around. Different stuff is jumping out, scaring them or whatever. You know, the brother's there. She having her time to talk with him and tell him that she's worried about him being around Nathan and what that could mean if he relapses and different stuff like that. And he's actually saying, you know, I'm just as concerned and worried about you. You having Nathan sit and talk to her friend and basically be saying, you know, do you think that Skylar would be ready to go ahead and get married to me and commit to me? I really wanted to propose for her. And she was like, do you think that's smart? And he was like, I don't know, I'm asking you. And she was like, right now I think she really just needs time to grieve and to get to know herself and for y'all to get used to being with each other in a relationship and things like that. I don't think y'all should be rushing into that, okay? 110% agree, shit. And I know her mama damn sure wouldn't want them to be getting married yet. And so, you know, basically they standing at this damn grave at one point and gonna talk about something that could have been us. I said, yeah, I get it. It probably really could have been y'all, but that's not what we want to sit here and be standing around doing for Halloween at a party, do we? All right. And so in the meantime, they all walking around this trail and stuff like that. And he stops and he's talking to her and telling her the conversation that he had with her friend. And she's telling him the conversation that she had, you know, with his brother and stuff like that. And, you know, he's like, you know, your friend was saying to me that maybe I should just let you breathe, let you grieve, let you kind of get more confident, you know, with things or whatever the case may be. And so she was agreeing with that, like, yeah. He was like, but you do know I love you, right? And then she's like, yeah. And then he basically was like, you know what, I really want to propose to her and I should propose to her, but I'm not. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna save that. I don't think that this is the time that I should be doing it. And I just was like, bravo. Okay, bra freaking roll, Nathan. Finally, you made a choice that I agree with and that I definitely think was right, because I did not think that y'all needed to be getting married anytime soon. Okay, y'all need to learn how to just be friends and be able to trust each other, not break up each other damn phones and not argue with each other before y'all freaking worry about some damn marriage. Okay. So, moving on from them, right? I said Nathan and Skylar, I said Travis and Ashley, and I said Aries and Cameron. So now we're going to go ahead to Justine and Michael. Justine and Michael, we basically picked up with them where we left off. They driving up to the house. You know, he getting out the car. You could drive your own damn car. Okay, I don't want to be bothered. going in with this attitude at the whole thing of her telling her mom about the pregnancy. And, you know, she comes in behind him because she's just like, oh boy, men. And she's like, can we talk now? And he's like, yeah, go ahead, talk. So Justine was still being full of damn crap, in my opinion, because she's sitting here talking about, you know, oh, you was making it seem like I just told my mother and I just came out my face. That's not the way that it was. My mother have a way about her that she will make you talk, and she'll keep asking you questions and going at you, and then you have to respond. I said, no, Justine, I know what you're talking about, and sometimes there is situations like that, but it was nothing like that with you and your damn mom. You just started running your damn mouth on your freaking own and told your mother you was pregnant. Like, stop it, girl, trying to be a damn victim, you know. And then she starts to tell him how him being late and not coming on time played a role in it, and had he been there, had he helped her and saved her, you know, basically all the same thing that she had already said to him before, then that would have made a big difference. And he was like, well, sometimes when you in the studio, you get caught up. You don't realize how much time went by, and especially by me not being able to do it in such a long time. And even when you leave, you feel like you still ain't do your best, and there's still something missing and different things like that. And she's like, I hear you, and I understand what you're saying, and I believe you, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that you did it on purpose or anything like that, but this was one of those times when I really needed you to come through and be there for me. So basically, they end up apologizing to each other, saying they understand where each other's coming from. Then he's like, you know, can I get a real apology going, okay? And he also has, you know, this idea where he's like, well, the cat is out of the bag any damn way, so why don't we go ahead and tell the kids? And she's like, are you sure about that? She was like, you know, he have a way where it's like, okay, yeah, tell your mom, tell your kids, but then nobody from his side is gonna end up knowing what's happening because they're not around right now. And he was saying like, well, yeah, I would want to wait for them to get in person. You know, we told your mom when she was here, so I would want to tell them when, you know, they're here as well. But I guess they wasn't supposed to be coming no time soon. And Justine was like, well, I don't want them to end up using that against me later and thinking that I'm the one that's holding something back from them or whatever, right? They was upset with me when we got married and how they found out, which is understandable. So they decide that they're going to go ahead and tell the kids. They're going to take them somewhere like the next day and sit down and have a conversation and be able to, you know, explain to them that they are going to be having another younger brother or sister. So then they say they going upstairs. And of course, you know, that is when he is basically saying to her, like, so can we really apologize, okay, and want to have some damn more sex? I said, Michael, that's how y'all got in this situation in the first place. So, you know, when they're going the next day, they're riding in the car to go get this ice cream. Justine over here naming all these different damn flavors that she wanted. He like, oh, damn, you know, the daughter over here talking about she want like some Rocky Road with damn, you know, caramel and nuts and everything else. And that's her favorite. The son saying what he want, this one saying what they want. So we all going, you know what I'm saying, I scream, we scream for ice cream. And so when they get inside the place, they basically ordering up, and there's this chess table that's there. And Michael is taking the pieces, and he's like, you know, oh yes, this is nice, I like this or whatever. He says, you know, the king basically can only go certain spots, and the queen can go anywhere. And he was like, you know, basically what I'm saying with that is that, you know, the queen is, you know, every king need a queen behind, you know, they back or whatever. And then she starts taking all of the smaller pieces like, yeah, and this is all of our damn kids. And they basically laughing about that. And all the kids is just, you know, sitting there at the table waiting for them to come with the ice cream. So then when they're getting the ice cream and they're bringing it all over, Michael was like, oh, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? What's this extra one here? What that's for or whatever, right? And he basically looks and was like, oh, I know what it's for. You know, it is for your brother or sister. And he gives Justine that one too. So one of the little boys, I think his name was Bentley, he just was finished saying like, oh, we're having a Sunday on a Sunday. So it was so hilarious because when Michael was like, this is for the little brother or sister, that little boy and the oldest sister was just like, say what now? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like crickets and looking or whatever. And then the one little boy in the middle was like, are you freaking serious right now? And so they like, yeah. And the mother just looking, trying to see what everybody reactions is going to be. And so basically, she was like, yeah, you may be having a little younger brother or sister, whatever the case may be. And I was like, ooh, people is not looking, too happy about this. All right. We are not too happy about this at all. And so, of course, it wasn't really too much of a surprise to me that the one that would really get emotional is the oldest daughter, which is the same one that got emotional even when it came to, them talking about Michael's daughter being there and her saying she's accustomed to being the only girl, her and her mother having a certain type of relationship and all of that. And of course, change is hard. Change is hard for grown ass people. So it's understandable that change can be hard for a little kid as well. And I do like how Justine was talking to her and saying that and being like, first of all, I have the relationship that I have with you, and the boys or whatever, but you always going to be my baby. And what I have with you is different than what I have with them. And she was like, yeah, but it's just so much, we already have, Michael and you getting married, him coming in to live, him being out of jail now, his kids coming over. And now this is another change. And she was like, I get that, but she was like, nothing is going to happen where I'm going to love you any differently. I'm always going to love you the same. I'm always going to be there for you. Yeah, it's a different type of relationship and dynamic and for as in the household in general. But, that's not going to change what I feel for you. That's not going to change my relationship with you. You can still always come to me. I'm still always going to be here for you. And, the relationship just means a lot. And she was like, because something changes doesn't mean it have to be bad. And then she just was like, come here, my little baby girl, okay, and giving her kisses and hugs as she should. She said we always gonna have new things that come into life, but we gonna make the best of it and make it do what it do at the end of the day, right? And so she was like, that's just changing, that's just how life is, and at the end of the day, I love you. And so she hugs her all up or whatever the case may be. And then they was getting ready to go back over to the table, and Justine's mom asked Michael, like, well, how do you think your kids is going to feel about this? And he was like, that's a hard one for me to answer, because literally as soon as I got out, just when I was coming home, they said to me, like, okay, Dad, you just getting home. You missed all these years with us. Like, we want this time. It better not be no damn baby. He was like, that came straight from their mouths. They said what they said. So I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, they're going to be a little upset. And that's understandable as well. Nobody was expecting, even though everybody knew if you out here having sex without damn protection, then a baby could come. But nobody was expecting for it to be that fast. And so he basically was saying it's going to be tough. And he was like, he's still having, told his family, and it's like one family down, one to go. And he was like, Justine and his mom's relationship is really, kind of rocky right now, whatever the case may be. And so he just basically was like, he feel like he's kind of scared to tell his mom, right? He was honest about that. And he was like, but, it might not go well, but he know he gonna have to tell her sooner or later. So basically, when they're home again, Justine, they all in their robes laying around or whatever. She's like, yo, you sure you still don't want to tell your mom? And he was like, I really didn't want to tell her over the phone. I wanted to talk to her in person. She's like, yeah, I get that. But being as though my mom knows, the kids knows, again, I don't want them feeling like we holding anything back from them. I don't want the heat coming down on me and having to hear anything later like, oh, y'all didn't tell us nothing. We was the last ones to know. And he was like, well, when you put it in that way, yeah, that does make sense. I really didn't think about it like that. So he's like, all right, let's go ahead and call her. So they call her up, and of course they making the small talk first. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, I got something to tell you. And she's like, what did he do wrong or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Kind of feeling nervous. And he was like, well, weren't you happy when you found out I was home or when I came home or whatever? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, hold on to that feeling. You know what I'm saying? And he proceeds to tell her about them being pregnant. So she's like, wait, you're having a baby? And he's like, yeah. So she was like, you're having a baby and you only been home a couple of weeks? And he's again like, yeah. And and then Justine is like, yeah, I know it's fast or whatever the case may be. A little shocking, but yeah, we having a baby. Meanwhile, he got her on speaker and all the kids is laying around them too. So it's like they're hearing all of this, and she starts to say something in Spanish, and he was like, no, we not gonna do that, okay? Talk English. Whatever you could say to me, you could say to her. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you're not going to talk another language that that she don't understand. I don't like stuff like that or whatever, right? And I appreciate that he said that. So Basically she was like, well, don't feel no kind of way or whatever, which I don't understand how you would think she not gonna feel a way. She's like, oh, can you get a paternity test? And she's like, excuse me? And he was like, what? He was like, why would you even say something like that, right? And he starts to talk about the fact that his mom actually did this with his other kids in the past. Supposedly she have a brother that did take care of a child that wasn't his, and they have found out later after they, invested time in with this child or whatever the case may be. And so now it'd be like she's scared that he's gonna go through something like that. And he basically was like, are you sitting there and hearing everything and stuff like that? And he was like, why would you come out your face like that? Like, who the hell do you think you are? Now, at this point, Justine had got up and walked away and went in the kitchen and was like, yeah, no, I can't even be here for this. And her kids are still sitting here listening. So he was like, who the hell do you think you are? Jerry Springer or Maury or somebody? Like I said, that part did make me laugh. He was like, I don't care how you feel or how anybody else feels. Like, I know this is my child. It's not no question for me. And this is my family. This is who I choose. This is who I'm gonna be here with. He was like, you got a lot of damn nerve. I love you to death. Yes, you're my mother, but we not gonna play that game. And again, that is something that I do like about Michael. He do stand up. He do stick up for Justine and stuff like that. He don't let his family, just come out his face. He knows that they're used to having a certain dynamic with him, but he's like, I'm putting my foot down, and certain things I'm just not gonna deal with. So when Justine went in the kitchen, she's even saying, like, to a certain degree, I could understand her, feeling that way or whatever. And I know that she has done it with the other kids as well. But when it's all said and done, to sit here and imply that I'm some kind of hoe, she's like, I never cheated on him. You know what I'm saying? I've never been with anybody else. And if she do want to sit there and do a paternity test, I don't care, because all it's going to show her is that it's his anyway. He ends up coming in the kitchen after he hung up the phone on her and hugging Justine and telling her, he got her back and everything is going to be okay. Don't worry about it. They're going to go ahead and work this out together. They are a team and they are a family, and that's that on that. And so, moving on along from them, y'all. The last ones is going to be Dan, Monique, and freaking Derek, y'all. So Derek, is calling up his siblings. Now, remember the last time we seen them, he was saying to Monique, like, yo, do you want to meet up with my brothers and sisters too? They had this apology from her and all this and that. And Monique was like, yeah, not today. I'd rather go back to the hotel, but maybe another day. So he have this idea and calls them up and was saying, like, meet them at the park. They gonna barbecue and all that. They could sit, they could talk, they could eat. And Monique is basically saying, like, if they really real about it and they want to act civilized now, they want to apologize, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? That would be great. But if they come in and they be on some fight shit or whatever and they want to fight, baby, we could get down with that too, okay? And so they get there and they actually end up inviting the grandmother, the father, and I think it might have been like another aunt or something that showed up this time that was along with them. Big Mama was there. And so she right off the bat asking Monique if she okay and telling her not to stress nothing. Daddy on the grill, grilling it up, and they like saying, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Like, see how rude and disrespectful they are. He only asked for one thing and they didn't even have the decency to show up. They mad late and all this and that. And so, first it was just her and Monique there, and they were setting everything up, and she was saying, it's like the blind leading the blind, because they was trying to get things going. And then they're like, okay, here it is, and let's keep the fire going and all that other stuff. They like, okay, now we cooking. He got his burgers and different stuff that he do on the grill. They had stopped and bought steaks and, everything from the supermarket on the way there. So Auntie and Grandma and Daddy is there, and they saying what's up and telling him he look good. And he's like, this is my girl Monique, introducing him to his aunt. I think the aunt name was Barbara, whatever, and so they vibe is cool. We already know they the cool side of the family, right? And so he keeps saying my sisters and them supposed to be coming, and then she's telling Big Mama, like, here, the sisters supposed to be coming, but so far they ain't here yet. I guess they late or whatever. And then when Grandma asking her she okay, she like, okay, that's all we worried about, right? We gonna make it work. And he's saying it's his first hot dog in a long time. They saying cheers, laughing. They having a funky good time, right? He bringing Monique stuff over, whatever the case may be. and it's all good to the hood. But still no show of dumb. So he's like, damn, I done been texting, I've been calling, not one response. But any other time, y'all mad calling him down, talking about how he not answering y'all. So I'm like, they full of crap and they're very weird, like I keep saying. So, of course, Monique is like, this is really disrespectful. She was like, and of course, I'm not, he telling her, don't let them ruin the day. She was like, nope, I'm sure not. But she was like, it's just rude. And he was like, well, if they want to be rude, that's them. I told you how they are already anyway, so you can't expect nothing from that. And so, he was basically saying they're inconsistent. And so, she's saying, are you texting them? He's like, yo, let me see what they doing. He was like, now they ain't answering the phone. They not picking up. They talking about some, yo, bro. You know what I'm saying? You good. But then y'all bull crap when it comes down to it or whatever. And so Grandma was like, well, we here. The rest of us is here, whatever. If they not going to show up, then it's all good, right? And at the age of 94, it's getting sort of late in the evening. We love you, but I'm going to have to get ready to get up out of here. So she was like, we love you too. So Grandma and them, they came, they had their time, all right? And they said it's time for us to go now, right? They did show love. And so at this point, Monique and them is like, all right, let's start wrapping up things and let's get ready to get here. She was like, this the part that pisses me off. They shouldn't disrespect him. They shouldn't disrespect his time. They been there about 4 or 5 hours or whatever and nobody ain't come. He tried to be nice and tried to do something nice for them and tried to have a better relationship and they completely disregarded it. And so now they packing the car up and they getting in the car and who do he see in the damn rearview mirror but the sisters. And now he's on some, man, go ahead, man. Go ahead, pull off. Like, nah, we ain't got time for this. He was like, I'm ready to get back to the hotel. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Get the hell up out of here. Like, you ain't gonna show up when you feel like showing up and now I'm supposed to be waiting. I don't care. Go. So now he getting an attitude with Monique and telling her to go. But here the sister go knocking surprise and they're gonna talk about, oh, she hit me with the car. And falling down on the freaking ground as if Monique hit her. And it's like, nobody's in the freaking mood to play with y'all. Like, seriously, you couldn't even call or text him and be like, yo, we still coming, but we running a little late, don't leave or whatever. Why would you come with that type of attitude and energy when all your brother asked you was, please give her a chance, be nice. I really want y'all to come through. I want us to have this sit down, this barbecue, be able to eat, drink, talk, and all of that or whatever. Like, nobody's in a freaking playing mood right now for you to act like I hit you with a damn car. Okay, that's not what we in the freaking mood to do. And so basically, of course, things is getting heated. Everybody catching the attitude now, whatever the case may be, right? And this is when they would probably want to be like, oh, yeah, she's telling my brother negative things about me and trying to keep him from me or whatever. But you're literally doing it to yourself because Derek will be the one that always be like, nah, get up out of here. Nope, I don't want to talk. I'm ready to go. Or don't even want to answer his phone. It's not even that Monique be saying it to him. Sometimes she do. But in this situation, it wasn't even because he was like telling her, still keep going, okay? Like, bye. No, they had their chance. Now he's irritated as well. So in the meantime, when the sister first was walking over to the car, he's literally saying, drive off, pull off, don't roll it down or whatever. And she talking about some roll it down, bitch. What the hell is the problem? And he literally saying you took all day. And she was like, oh, well, something with the car, whatever. And he said, well, now I'm tired and I really want to smack the shit out of somebody. I'm ready to go. And so she talking about something. She gonna smack the shit out of somebody. Monique kept going, who? And she was like, who? And she going to smack you. Who? I'm gonna smack you, bitch. Who? I'm gonna smack you, bitch. Then it goes from that to her being like, ow, falling down and laughing about it. And saying she hit me, call the police. Then the other sister walking over and she laughing too, looking at her on the floor. And she's like, oh, she's on my foot or whatever. She ran over my foot and all this and that. And she, Monica's saying, y'all doing too much. Like, get the hell up. Come on, get the hell up out the way. And he telling her, just go ahead and pull up. I'm like, how the hell she gonna pull up? You know what I'm saying? You don't want her to definitely hit her for real. So then she was like, y'all hoes is tripping. And she started backing up or whatever to pull off and go. So now in the mix of this, they trying to open the door. They hitting the damn car. They talking about goofy ass bitch. I was pretty sure that they was about to damn follow them at this point again. We was going to be on another high speed chase. So he's saying that, there go High Creek. She was saying something about there go High Creek clerk right there. He was like, no, just go. And she was like, nah, I'm trying to find somewhere to pull over and wait for him. He's like, just drive. So the producer, I'm assuming, was telling them where to go, and she's saying Derek shut up, and he's saying Derek shut up. He's telling her to shut up. She's telling him to shut up. And then she's like, they keep telling me to stop, and he was like, you shut up. And then, no, you shut up. Who you talking to? No, who you talking to? And she was like saying she waited all day for them in peace, and they came and they wanted to be extra and bring drama and all of that stuff. Just basically they normal selves, what they've been doing. So she was like, I'm watching, my hands of the situation. That's all I could say. And so in the meantime, in the car, there's F you, no, you should have did this and that with your sisters. No, I'm just trying to get to the hotel. And, oh, they was going to drag me out the car. No, they wasn't going to drag you out no damn car. And who the hell you think you talking to? Oh, I'm talking to you. You ain't talking to me. No, you not. The fuck you think you talking to? If you want to fight, we can fight. That's basically what Monique ends up saying to him. And he's saying, I don't want to fight. And then he's going, chill out. And she's like, no, you chill out. You need to apologize. She's saying, I ain't apologizing shit, bitch. And then he like, you a bitch, you tripping. So this has completely escalated, okay? And they both basically were saying that they've never had an argument like this. And she was like, oh, Derek is definitely doing a lot. And you know what I'm saying? I never once thought he would be like this when he get out, and then I'm having these issues with his sisters on top of it. This is the second encounter that I had with them that was crazy, and it could have turned physical and all this different stuff. So now she stepped out the car, and then he basically was like, he's not used to stuff like this. He was like, this is why he trying to stay cool, because his temper could get really crazy or whatever the case may be, right? And he was saying this is one of the worst arguments that they have ever had. And he was like, I don't have time for this. He was like, it's such a different situation, of course, jail versus being out. When you in jail, things go slow, whatever, when you out is damn, a whole bunch of craziness happening and stuff going fast. And he was like, I'm really irritated right now. He was like, part of being locked up all the time is that things move slower when you in there. So he just basically was like, I don't like the drama, and that's why I be saying that, and I got used to it. It's like a transition to go through. So he was like, our arguments have never got to this degree with nothing like this ever before. And he was like, at this point, it's stupid. And I was thinking about proposing her, and now all this drama came up with my damn sisters, and it just killed my whole vibe. He was like, the crazy part is it's not even nothing that we did. It's all the crazy shit around us. You know what I'm saying? It's outside noise, which for the most part it is. But Derek, you doing some stuff that you adding up in there too, child, okay? Because we get to that a little later. So he ends up saying he leaving or whatever, and the producer was like, okay. And at the same time, she was saying she packing and she about to leave him. This is ridiculous. I'm not gonna have nobody disrespecting me, and I'm gonna get in the car and drive back home, and this is uncalled for, and I'm not going for it. One thing I'm not going to never do is let anybody disrespect me, right? Supposedly, okay? And so now, she had to go back, I guess, to the hotel, pack her stuff and all of that. And then we seeing that it's supposed to be a couple weeks later, and she basically supposed to be, back home. And I think she was on the phone with her sister, if I'm not mistaken, and telling her sister that she was going to be there in about 20 minutes. She was supposed to be meeting her to go out. So she's like, oh yeah, it's not been a minute since I've seen Derek or whatever the case may be, or no, I'm sorry. So when she was driving back, they were saying how she couldn't, she said she couldn't control her anger, had got out of hand and all that. And they was like, do you feel like you're done with Derek? And she basically was like, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's definitely a possibility. I never imagined it being like this, and us going through anything like what we went through. And she was saying already before she even left to go back home that she didn't picture it this way. And she was like, of course she thought it was going to be perfect, but at this point her and Derek could be over, because she ain't going to deal with the disrespect and all of that kind of stuff. And so she was like, I'm not exactly sure how I feel and if I could ever feel the same way for him again. But of course we already knew that all of that was bull crap, because we know they still was to their damn together, and we even see them on the new season. So it's like, cry me a river, girl, okay? But that's all the stuff she was saying. She didn't know if she could forgive him, blah, blah, blah. So then we see her at home. She done made it home. It's done been a couple of weeks that she's been home or whatever. And she, no, a couple days. I'm sorry, y'all. And she calls up her sister, says they gonna meet in about 20 minutes or whatever. So basically she says she been checking his damn location like 70 times a day. I said, who the hell got time to do that, Monique? That's who got the damn time, y'all. And she was like, well, at this point, I don't trust him anymore. You didn't trust him to begin with, girl. But now, supposedly, he gave her even more reason not to trust him, because now she actually was able to catch him out there cheating, okay, where this girl reached out to her from social media and sent her a damn DM, and it basically was saying in the damn DM that they had up on the screen, oh girl, you should see what your man be up to, okay, and which followed with these pictures, and apparently the pictures was of him standing outside of her house, laying inside her damn bed, leaving from her house, her in her robe, you name it, it was there, right? And so it's like, what else do you need to see then? If he was cheating, he was cheating. Why are we still having this discussion, Monique? I'm confused, right? But she ain't gonna let him go. And so basically, apparently, he was seeing this girl too from the time that he was incarcerated, and the girl was saying that she didn't know that he was in a relationship and he, you know what I'm saying, had her, whatever the case may be. And so then she calls Derek, like, you know, of course, as the camera people are there, and he answers and she's like, what's going on? Where you at? That's not where your location is saying you're at. You on a date with somebody? I see a plate there. Turn the phone all the way around. Why you not turning it around? Oh, so you there with your friend and his girl and you're just by yourself? No, that's looking like it's a double date to me. I said, what the hell is this? Yeah, that's why he don't want to turn around. Then all of a sudden he hangs up the phone and she talking about something. You want to play with me, bitch? You want to play with me? I'm going to show you. Mind you, when he calling them back, he's laughing and he telling her she crazy and all this and that no, nobody's there. She was like, why would you be there by yourself? And I'm literally seeing a plate right there. So whose plate is that? I said, girl, I'm not counting the damn plates, child. And she was like, I know you got to have another girl there next to you. And he was saying how somebody else had called or something like that. And that's what made them, you know, get disconnected. And she's saying how you been out of jail for this short time and you already cheating. I said, easy, girl, talking about is the ultimate disrespect. I said, did anybody really expect Derek to be damn loyal? And it's not even about Monique or her being a big girl or any of that. It could have been, as he say, a dime, the prettiest female on this freaking earth or whatever. This man went to jail when he was crazy freaking young, spent 10 years of his life in there, wasn't it? Or 7. It was something that was close. That was some numbers. I know it was more than 5, less than 10, whatever. And now he's getting out for the first time. Yeah, he's about to get loose. He's about to get loose, period. I don't give a damn who he would have got with. And the fact that he was even talking about I wanted to propose to her. I'm glad that he didn't, because how the hell are you proposing to somebody when you are not ready to be in a damn relationship? You know, she over here, why is there bread next to you? Why is there this? Why is there that? But, I mean, we're not shocked about that part either, because when it's all said and done, this is the same person that was talking about, we going to put cameras in grandma's house. We going to track his phone. We going to watch this. We going to watch that. She's insecure. She don't trust him. Now he's giving her even more reason not to trust him. And it's a whole hot-ass damn mess, y'all. That's what it is. But like I said, y'all, I could not see any of the what happened, like how everybody ended off besides Ashley and damn Travis with her on the damn beach and them saying that they broke up. All the other words, I only seen the top. So if y'all could tell me in the comments what they was talking about and how everybody ended, I would really greatly appreciate it, okay? And that was Love After Lockup, y'all. You know, put it in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode, what y'all liked, what y'all didn't like, all that good stuff. Anything I left out, let's discuss it down in the comments. You know, of course, subscribe-a-thon is in full effect. Brought to you by Brillo, the Big Review. I am doing, of course, Love After Lockup, BMF, Godfather of Harlem, Sisters, The Oval. You know, we will be doing Snowfall, Bel Air. It's going to be a jam-packed week. We also are going to have What You Should Be Watching, Self-Care Saturdays, which consists of my positive affirmations, mental health awareness, and all of that good stuff. The 4th Sunday of this month is going down with Lady Sings the Blues. And every 4th Sunday we do throwbacks, old school classics, favorites. And we also will have one more Saturday that we will be having something for Black History Month. So come through and check it all out, y'all. And if you are so inclined, subscribe. Help me get my numbers up. Make sure that you like, comment, share, you know, and subscribe. And, you know, stop by, let a sister know you came by, right? Say, hey, give me a wave. And, you know, put some flames up in the sky. Until next time, y'all. Toodaloo.